it is question 6 from the Jan 2012 D1 paper, and it's a Dijkstra's algorithm question. Part A is asking us to find the shortest distance from A to J, so without further ado, we'll crack on and do that. In fact, I want to do 6A and B in one fell swoop. So here goes, Dijkstra's algorithm. So the first thing to do is put a 0 at A and box it, i.e. you start at A, you've travelled 0 meters. Hang on, let's just get the units down. What we're doing is, miles. So we've travelled 0 miles. Now from A, we can go to B. We've travelled 28, and we've travelled from A. I always put the letter after the number. The letter, the A here, means I've travelled from A. So 48 here, and I've travelled from A, and 39 here, and I've travelled from A. Now what we do here is we box the smallest number that hasn't been boxed so far, which in this case is the 28A. Right, now we start again from B. So we could travel down the edge with 9 on it. So 28 plus 9 is 37. So we cross that out and put 37, and we've travelled from B. We could down here, so 55 plus 28 is 83, and we've travelled from B. And 28 plus 66 is 94 here at F, and we've travelled from B. And they're the only places we can get to from B. So let's have a look now. We box the smallest number that hasn't been boxed so far, which in this case is 37. So we box this number here. Okay, and we start over. Now 37 plus 10 is 47, so I cross that out and put 47, and I've travelled from D. 37 plus 56 is, let's get this right, it's going to be 93, I think. Is it? Let's just double check. Yeah, 93. 93, and I've travelled from D. So I've crossed out the 94, and I put 93D. Right, where else could I get to from D? Have I exhausted all possibilities? Yes, I think I have. Right, so now I've boxed the smallest number that hasn't been boxed so far. That's 47. 47 plus 45 is 92, which is smaller than 93, so I cross it out neatly. I put 92, and I've travelled from C. What else can I do from the C? I think that is my lot, isn't it? Yes. So now I box the smallest number that hasn't been boxed so far, which is 83. Box that. Now 83 plus 54, let's get this right, is going to be 137. Just double check that. Yes, 137. So 137, and I've travelled from E. 83 plus 8 is 91. So I cross that out and put 91, and I've travelled from E. 83 plus 23 is 106, so I put 106 here, and I've travelled from E. Anything else happening from vertex E? No, that's it. Okay, so now I box the smallest number that hasn't been boxed so far, which is the 91. So I box that, 91. Okay, now 91 plus 10 is 101, so I cross that out and put 101, and I've travelled from F. 91 plus 31 is 122, I think. Yep, 122, and I've travelled from F, and that's all I can do from F. So now I box the smallest number that hasn't been boxed so far, which is 101. So I'll box that number there. Now 101 plus 20 is 121, so I cross that out and put 121, and I've travelled from G. And that's all I can do from G. So now I box the smallest number that hasn't been boxed so far, which is 121. Okay, so I can travel. Oh, you got to be careful here. 121 plus 14 is 135, so I can cross that out and put 135, and I've travelled from H. I bet some of you missed that. That's a sneaky one. 121 plus 28 is 149. So, I'm talking absolute rubbish. Yeah, I think that's right. 121. So that's going to be 149, and I've travelled from H. Okay. So now I box the smallest number that hasn't been boxed so far, which is 135. And 135 plus 10 is 145, so I neatly cross that out and put 145, and I've travelled from I box the smallest number that I haven't boxed so far, which is 145, which corresponds to a number being boxed at j, which means the algorithm terminates. So that means we are done. Brilliant. Right, now let's write down the root. The whole point, I've got some mess on this board. Let me just rub that off. I can see there's some stuff I don't want down here. I don't know where this has come from. Okay, so now for the root. So this is, I'm answering part B here. Now, the reason I write the letter after each number is so I can write down the root easily. So I was at J. How did I get to J? Well, I travelled from I. Okay, so I moved to I. How did I get to I? I travelled from H. So I write the root down backwards. How did I get to H? I travelled from G. How did I get to G? I travelled from F. How did I get to F? I travelled from E. I'm going to run out of bloody room here. Let's get rid of that. How did I... this is part B. How did I get to E? Travelled from B. How did I get to B? Oh dear, this scroll up. I travelled from A. Ah, brilliant. So there's my route right there. A, B, E, F, G, H, I, J. Okay, let's go back up and read part C. Let's have a look. What's part C getting on at? Okay. Right, okay. So let's visualize that. So there's new rows. Let's actually draw it in. Let's go for green. So B to G. Okay, so B to G. Now, B to G currently is 101 take away 28. So what does that give me? That gives me 73 currently. Okay. We're told that it's reduced by 10 miles. So B to G must be 63. So B to G equals 63. I've just taken 10 off. That's 73. So I've got the 7. If you, how did I get the 73 there? You might be thinking. Well, I just did 101 take away 28. Yeah. And now it wants me to state the new root. Oh, well, that's really easy, isn't it? That's just going to be A, B, G, and then as before. So the new root is A, B, G, H, I, J from above. Wow, 3 marks for that. That's not too bad, is it? Right, and that's the end of the question.